There was a time when the Limited was the top trim, and I think the way this one is optioned, it's like the perfect buy. I borrowed this truck from Karl Malone Toyota here in Draper, Utah. Be sure to give these guys a look up. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see some of the options on this build, and then I'll take you guys around this truck, and then as always, I'll show you the payload. At the very top is the description, and then here is all the standard equipment. And then on this side are all the options. So this one has a ton. JBL for 565 12 speaker with a subwoofer. Limited premium package, limited power package. And then we have the power tilt panoramic sunroof for $1350. Heated leather wrapped steering wheel. Connected services, a few of the things down below here. Destination comes in at $1945 with a total price of $67,986. And here are the Philly County numbers. $70,000 does seem like a lot of money for a Toyota Tundra, especially when it's not even the highest trim level. But you have to keep something in mind. The Limited does get a lot of nice features, as you just saw. For example, on the front end, you guys can see it has the premium lighting. These are the same headlights that you saw on the capstone on the 1794. They also have the animations in their full LED. I even like some of the accents that they add inside of here, like the blackout here in the bolts that you can see. Quad beam, and your LED fog lights are right there. And they do paint this surround on the grille. If you drop down to an SR5, that would be all in plastic. On the front grille, you do have a camera, and they do have a painted trim piece that says Tundra right there. Parking sensors are nicely added on the front end of the pickup. There's no valance too, so this truck does have nice ground clearance. Active grille shutters, it says TRD right there on the grille. But I will say that plastic does look kind of cheap on the front end, and I like how they blacked out that Toyota emblem too. As far as the suspension goes, because it says TRD off-road, you do get the Bilstein shocks, and they have this Toyota stamping on there too. Has a coilover setup, double wishbone. They looks like a forged steel steer knuckle right there, but you have steel lower and upper control arms. And then check out that fabric material in the wheel well. Here's a side view of the truck. It is rolling on 20-inch wheels, and it has a TRD badge in the center cap. Notice the black 6 lugs, and these are the Falcon Wild Peak tires. They're not too aggressive. They're probably a mixture between on-road and off-road, probably more on-road than anything. But the tire size is a 265/60/20, so that's going to be a 32.5 tall tire, 10.4 inches wide. And as far as the capacity goes, unfortunately I have the seat upside down with 2,469 pounds, 51 psi max. 4-piston brakes, they are vented too. And then here's just that tire width right there. And then the other side of the suspension. Mud flaps are on this package. You guys see the fender flares are just plastic. Painted trimming here though. Lighting for your turn signals. Painted door handles, and you have the smart key system as well. And check out your running boards too. Here's just a closer look at these running boards. I believe these were the ones for $700. And they almost act as rock grills, almost. At the very least, they are protecting the cab for sure. Some of your badging right there. Also, right here. You don't have smart key system on the rear doors, but you do on the front. 32.2 gallon fuel tank. And this is the standard bed. There is a longer one available. They did get rid of the leafs on the Tundra back when they redesigned this truck, so you have the coils. You can see more of those Bilstein shocks out back as well. And then there's your TRD badge. Premium LED tail lights with the animations too. And on the side, you do now have a power tailgate with knee lift assist, as they call it. You can see the Tundra badge right there. And your composite bed, it is lightweight, 400 watts of power is right there. You have your bed lights on both sides. More Tundra badging right there. More bed lights. Tie downs, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to see more of those though. I'd like to see at least 4 in the front end and then 4 in the rear. There are 2 cameras, one's for bed view, another one's for the rear view mirror, and I like how they have the clear LED lights up there too. So if you want to lift this up, that's all you gotta do now. It's easy. They're just making us lazy as truck owners. More Tundra. And I like how clean the tailgate is. All you have is that 4x4 badge, and that Toyota spelt out right there is clean. You have a light there and a camera. Class 4 hitch. This is going to be your reverse lights, LED license plate lights. You have a 7 and 4 pin. And down below, there's your spare tires, a donut style for an off-road truck. And stainless steel exhaust. And what's the rear axle? I'll tell you guys in a second. I can't remember right now, but you can kind of see those red shock absorbers a little bit back there too. And then here's just another side view of the truck. It's a good looking color too. If you didn't see it on the window sticker, it's called Smoked Mesquite. So there it is, that twin turbo V6. My wife has this exact same engine in her Lexus. And you know, there's a recall, we understand that. But good on Toyota for at least doing a recall, because most manufacturers probably wouldn't admit to their engine flaws. And you know, they're having to replace a ton of engines in Toyota Tundra and Lexus. But I know from 2024 on, these engines did not have those defects, which is a good thing obviously, right? This engine is going to have 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. Now, all that power does go through a 10-speed transmission. This engine is direct and port injection, so you're gonna get the spray on the intake valves, which is a good thing, obviously. Also, compression is 10.5 to 1, and the rear axle is gonna be a 331. So they went from a 430 on the second generation Tundra to a 331, and that's going to help with fuel economy. And of course, that first, second, and third gear are a little bit deeper in this 10-speed transmission, so there's no need to have lower gearing in that rear axle. Although this truck is $70,000, there's a big jump in overall luxury and quality on this interior. So they do give you soft touch up top here. You don't see that on the SR5. Soft touch, and also right here where your arm will be resting, soft touch. Front and rear windows automatic up and down. Don't know why more manufacturers don't do that. You have these power folding mirrors on the outside. You can set those up automatically right there. You guys saw that this had the JBL 12 speaker, which was an option. Cup holders, bottle holders down there. And you also have a 10-way driver's seat. Love the bolstering that they give you. Love the accent on the seats too. And they're very comfortable seats too. I think they have some of the biggest seats in the segment, and they're definitely some of the softest too. Now you have a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. This was an upgrade for leather. Now on the dash, this is all still hard plastic, so when you go up to a higher trim level, that pretty much be wrapped in leather. Grab handles are right here on both sides and in the rear, and they give you a black headliner too. That's a huge upgrade for the interior. It looks so much nicer. Let's go ahead and jump over to the passenger side. 10-way passenger seat with that lumbar support included there. Soft touch on the side and soft touch right here on the dash. I think this would be hard plastic in the SR5 too. And this truck does have a locker. So there you have it. It does have a locker. And then here's that door card. So same soft touch as you saw on that other side. Out back, this is gonna be hard plastic up here though. So they do kind of cheapen it out just a little bit out back. But your kids don't care. They're not worried about that. Seat back pockets. And this is a decently sized interior out back too. You have those air vents, 120 volt power plug. You have a type A and type C USB down here. I guess you would call that storage. 60/40 bench. And if you lift it up, you can see some of your storage down below. This does fold flat as well, and it'll show your jack and some of your tools to change your tire if you have it flat. And armrest. As I mentioned up front, you have the grab handles in the rear. Now this seat does not come down, this has an FYI, but there's more of that storage below. Now let's go ahead and jump back up front. You guys see your lighting here. Auto high beams, auto stop start. You can brighten and dim the 12-inch screen. This is for your odometer and trip. And parking sensors, heated steering wheel. Also, this is how you power on those 120 volt power plugs. And check that out. Love those sport pedals. They give you better grip and it just looks so much nicer in this interior. Also, just take note of those all with the floor mats. And they give you a red push button start button right there. And you guys notice how the mirror's closed. And now they're open. So 14-inch display here, which is basically the largest. I think Ram might have just jumped over them by a half of an inch. But yeah, this screen here has a nice layout, fully digitized. You can see your boost right there. Love to see boost gauges. That's gonna help with fuel economy for sure. And you have a lot of nice information in this screen too. You guys can probably hear those ventilated seats. They're really loud. And they work pretty good too. You have heated seats and dual climate control. You have some of your trailering there. Also trailer brakes down below here. For your cameras, check that out. 360 camera view, really nice. If you put it in reverse, you have these. As I said, on the outside, you do have a bed view camera. And if you do plan on going off-road, they do have some cameras for that as well. So you can see the side of the truck right there. It's really nice. You can also have automatic cameras come on too. So yeah, they have your pitch and roll. This is really done well. I will admit, Toyota has definitely done a good job with this, and I like how they have everything down below. Pretty easy to use, very clear cameras. You have your bird's eye view on that side. Now moving on, traction controls right here, caution lights, and that's where that locker is right there. And then if you want to drop the tailgate, you can now do that from inside the truck and lift it back up. Wireless charger, a little bit of storage, cup holders, and your four-wheel drive system. No four-wheel drive auto. I would like to see that from Toyota. And some of your drive modes, they have Eco, Normal, and Sport. And then you have like these, this crawl control. DAC is, what is DAC again? I can't remember honestly. MTS. My wife has all this stuff on her car too, and I always forget what it's for. Now you do have this little bit of storage. You can put your wallet here, it just slides. And if you have a big cup like this, check this out. It fits perfectly inside of here. I actually like that too. You have some USBs inside of here. It is illuminated in this area as well. And yeah, more soft touch on the side. This screen here, you don't have a lot. I will say Toyota is not the best for infotainment. They're not my favorite. My wife, as I said, she has a Lexus. It's the same story. It's just not that great. Thank God they now have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So now you don't really have to worry about their layout and setup for this. But apart from that, I think the interior is definitely spot on. I love the overall materials that they use. And you know, hey, for 67 grand, you get a ton of features. You guys saw that twin panel moonroof, LED interior lights right there, as you guys saw. If you want, you can slide that entire rear glass out back. This really nice stuff here. And let's go ahead and check out the Payload next. Oh yeah, one more thing. Oh, I almost forgot. That's one more thing I want to show you guys. So you have that camera above the cab is for this. Here are the numbers on the door. Gross axle rating out front is going to be 4,080 pounds. The rear is 3,860 pounds. 7,230 pound gross fuel weight rating. And all in payload is 1,390 pounds minus 46 pounds down here because of all the extra accessories that were added to this truck. And these wheels are 20 by 8.5 wide too, so you can probably get a pretty meaty one on this. Granted, you're probably gonna have to lift it if you want to go 35s, but I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I'm gonna be doing more Tundra videos, and be sure to check out Karl Malone's inventory. Have a ton of trucks here. See you guys soon.